You're listening to the world's #1 football podcast. Now, here are your hosts, Ben Hansen, Matt Hartman, and Ryan Matthews.
Hey everybody, welcome into the Pigskin Project YouTube channel. I am Matt Hartman, and today we're going to be talking about college football. It's back, baby, for real this time. Week 1, we talk about the 5 biggest games of the weekend, including some, little minor games along to the side, but mostly focusing on the big palette that we have of the monster games. 3 top 10 matchups, versus 3, Texas versus Ohio State. We covered all of that, and then including at the end, I kind of talked about my betting card this weekend. So let's have a weekend, boys. College football is back, and these previews are hopefully going to come every single week because we're everything football over here. We're talking NFL, we're talking college, maybe not CFL, but you get what I mean. We're covering both very, very aggressively. So have a weekend, guys. Let's get into it. We swing to the college corner.
Yes.
Let's just make it really quick. Week 0. Let's talk about the game in Dublin.
That was fun.
Iowa State won. It was it was a chaotic game. It was Big 12 football. It was 70-yard touchdowns with missed calls by referees in the final 5 minutes. There was the first 5 minutes, muffed punts. Dylan Edwards, the most electrifying player in maybe the entire Big 12, sprains his ankle and he doesn't play another snap. Avery Johnson had a really good stat line, but he still looks stiff in the pocket, so that's scary. And then Rocco Becht threw 50 completion percentage, but had the 2 throws that mattered in the game, and so they won the game. So again, this was a game that I think a lot of people had tilting the conference, and the underdog won. So again, adds more to tilting the conference.
It's the quintessential Big 12 opener. When I envision what the Big 12 opener
also
was
the
going to look
underhitting, because the guy fell down at the 1-yard line. They were able to kneel it out with 2 minutes left. Is just insane.
No, it's
college football summed up, man.
The most fantastic.
The Big 12.
But that's what I was gonna say. That's a Big 12 summed up. We shouldn't expect anything different. It is fantastic. We're getting to the point where Big 12 might be approaching Maction level of football. That's kind of where we're at right now when I watch this. It's fantastic. And again, football focused podcast. But Avery Johnson's dad, man. This clip's out there.
He fought his brother, right?
Yes, he got in a fight with his brother outside of the stadium.
Hey, can I announce something live here on
the Farmageddon? Yes, go ahead.
Look at this box score.
Live on College Corner? I'm going to go ahead and announce the obvious here to us, but maybe not so much for everybody else. Ladies and gentlemen, Matt just talked about the underhitting and a bad beat. Pigskin Payout's coming back next week, guys. I mean, that's going to be a lot of fun. And maybe we've got a little bit more cooking there. So, I'm going to be unlocked, baby. Yeah, I'll be unlocked for a full day. I was telling my coworker, I'm going to wake up out of bed and be like, oh, man, I have work. Oh, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be good. We're going to be back. It's going to be good. All right. Anyways, college corner. Yeah, football.
And then really quickly, the 2 other games. the Stanford Hawaii game was a lot of fun. Man, does that Hawaii quarterback have some heart in him? That was walk-off field goal win for Hawaii. Quarterback was playing on one leg for the entire second half of the game. And then the other one that I think is worthwhile talking about. Man, UNLV. Dan Mullins. What is going on? This is not the UNLV that we came accustomed to watching off of last year. That was one of the sloppiest dog trash games
Listen, he's got a lot of transfers on the defensive side of the ball, all right? They got to figure it out. They got to get some games.
I get that. But what is Idaho State doing, putting up 30-plus points on you? That should never happen.
Their quarterback was explosive as hell for no reason.
I mean, We saw Alex Orji try to hurdle into the end zone, fumble it. There's not an Orji in the end zone situation. It was a lot of fun. Again, it's what you expect from your week 0 chips and salsa that Matt was talking about.
Yeah, it didn't feel like college football was back yet. But like once this game kicks off, Texas in the shoe. Ohio State is favored by 1.5. It has been swinging. I think Texas opened as a 3-point dog. The over-under has kind of stayed steady. The beginning of the Arch Manning era in Austin, Texas, and the continuation of the Ohio State revenge tour. Like, are they still technically on a revenge tour because they didn't beat Michigan last year, but they won the title?
It's a revenge tour until we beat Michigan, dude. It's a sad, long revenge tour, but it's a revenge tour.
That's what I thought, and so I'm just excited for this again because I love that Texas schedules these games. I love that they go out of their way to face the best of the best now with Sark and you know, like this is going to be the third straight year they faced Alabama 2 years ago. They faced Michigan last year, who, yes, Michigan was bad last year, but we didn't project Michigan to be that bad. They were top 10 preseason last year. And then now Ohio State. A lot of turnover for both teams. Both of them are in like of the 130-ish programs, I think they're both in like the 75 to 80 range of returning production. That's why when Ben and I harp on Clemson and Penn State winning the title is because those teams are top 5. So it's like there is a continuity in college football where these two teams, even being ranked in the top 3, don't have that. But I'll say this is going to be a stacked game. If you're just like projecting at the NFL, like obviously you want to watch Arch. Julian Sayin can sling the ball. Jeremiah Smith, we know about Jeremiah Smith. If you watched one college football game, you know about Jeremiah Smith. The Purdue tight end transfer going to Ohio State. I can't remember.
Cardell Tate?
No, yeah, Cardell Tate.
Well, yeah.
He's also going to be in the mix. And the defensive side of the ball, Colin Simmons, I think is the best edge rusher in football, or in college football. And Caleb Downs is the best safety in college football. Igbenogsen's coming back. They still have Sonny Styles running around on the Ohio State defensive side of the ball, and then Michael Taff for Texas. This is beautiful to have one of these games. I get it's kicking off at noon, and yes, Texas said no to a night game because they didn't want to fly back Monday morning. So whine about it, dude. But
I have to work. I will whine about it.
Whine about it.
I need to
dude.
see this game.
I know. I won't be able to watch this game either, which is like a little disappointing. But I'm not being able to watch the game for like good reasons. I'm busy Saturday. That's regardless, but for good reasons. But as you said, if you guys did not watch the episodes last week, go back and watch that. Me and Matt literally spent the entire episode outside of like the first like 15 minutes with news, just talking about college football. That's it. Period. And not to like spoil it, but I'm going to. This was Matt's college football like championship matchup. Like we're going to be treated to arguably one of the best. Arguably two of the best games in all of college football will be happening week 1.
You could argue 3.
What?
You could argue 3.
You could absolutely argue 3. Like we're getting treated. It is absolutely fantastic. I'm so pumped for it. I'm not gonna argue 3 because one of the other team on the other side, but that's regardless. But again, we're gonna really see. I mean, these two quarterbacks on either side really, these are quarterbacks that people have been hyping about, quarterbacks that people have been talking about, and really getting excited to finally step in and have it be their offense. At the end of the day here, I think Texas's defense is just going to be too much for Julian Sayin to handle in his first start. I do think Texas is going to win this one, but again, I think it's going to be an absolute battle the entire game. An absolute treat to watch.
I just have to ask, right? Is this the most anticipated week 1 matchup of all time? Is this, you know what I mean? Could this be like one of the biggest but most anticipated, considering the massive first time we've seen a 12-team playoff in college football history, and then we're getting an immediate rematch week 1, and we knew about it going into that first matchup in the college football playoff? This has to be circled on the calendar at Texas since they lost that game in the playoff. You need your get back against the national champions, and then not to mention they're national champions. Like, they're ranked number 3 in the nation right now. I mean, like, this is huge for all college football fans. I want to say there was something, and one of you guys can complete the sentence for me, but it was like, this is the highest seeded week 1 matchup of like all time or something like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? There was something, am I right there? I don't know. But like, this is a crazy 1 versus 3 week 1. Could you ask for much more?
Regardless of time that the number 1 ranked team is coming into the season as an underdog in the first matchup. So
and hey, yeah, that's another one. That one's a fun one, but I'm not even worried about that. Matt, remind the people what was your little under your headline, under your mat, you know what I'm saying, that you had on today? Say it. I want you to say it.
I will not.
Let's get takey. These teams, as mentioned by both of these doofuses, this is not going to be the first time or last time. Or, I mean, this is the first time, but this is not going to be the last time that they see each other this season. I think whoever wins this game loses the next one. That's the takey. So, you know, I'm just saying it's going to be fun, and these quarterbacks are going to see a lot of time for the rest of the season and get a lot better. It's going to be a fun one. I'm looking forward to it. I don't think this is going to be the end of the season for either team if one of the other loses. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's the thing with 12 teams is these 2 teams could still lose 2 more times and probably have a case. So
yeah.
But hey, we're gonna get to 16 in no time.
Ryan, if you had to guess who's winning this game,
Texas.
say it. Texas. Okay.
Yeah, I'm taking Texas.
Ah.
Let's get into the next one. Let's go to the Death Valley Invitational. 9-seeded LSU travels to 4-seeded Clemson. It is Tiger Showdown, Death Valley Showdown, the Death Valley Invitational. I heard that once, and I love saying
Ben, I watched this game last night. How did that go?
And Clemson, 3.5-point favorites. The over-under is a massive 57.5. This is another awesome game because much like Texas and Ohio State, there's a lot of newness. There's a lot of question marks. LSU, a lot of proven commodities in the transfer portal, so they need to piece that out. But they have a proven commodity at quarterback and their receiving weapons. And then for LSU, they're bringing back their quarterback. They're bringing back their receivers. They're bringing back their defensive line duo, who is they're bringing back Avion Terrell. They're bringing back everybody, it feels like. I feel like Clemson is bringing back, I think they are returning the most starters in the P4 level. So this is another, I hate to do it, but like this is the Brian Kelly game. Like, he's got to win this. I hate being like Mr. Let's get takey, but it's week one.
He said it. He said the thing.
He has to win this one. And if they don't win this one, there is going to be just a cloud. We didn't talk about it last week with the Prove It players just because of time constraints, but he was my number 1 Prove It player, not because I think he's going to get bought out and he's going to get fired next season, but because, like, this is your shot. They pivoted off the Bryce Underwood thing, losing him to Michigan, by pivoting all of that money and resource power into this offseason. And I think they got damn good players. I think Pat Payton gave up on Florida State last year. I think Jack Byron is due for a big blow-up. He comes over from Florida. Mansour Delane from Virginia Tech. That's going to be a top 50 corner, or top 50 player drafted as corner. And then shout out DJ Pickett, true freshman, who's who can play both sides, by the way. And he's mostly going to be a corner, but he's a 5-star corner. I think they're going to sprinkle him in. And then their receivers are just loaded on LSU. The only thing is the offensive line. Can they figure it out? Do they figure it out against Clemson? But I'm going to zag here. I'm going to take LSU. I think it's more fun to take LSU and have a more fun time rooting for LSU. I don't know.
That would be so much fun. I mean, as you
said, where would they be ranked if they win this game? Because 1's versus 3. Like, if they win this game, they take the 4 spot, right? Like, and it's just like immediate skyrocket. Like, if they win this game, it's immediate like national. We're going to the national title game. So like, I'm so fat for both teams too. So I'm just so. This is another one. Like, this is such a fascinating game.
I mean, as we had talked about in last week's episode, I love both teams as playoff contenders here. And to be frank, I mean, if Brian Kelly wasn't the head coach of this team, I think there'd be even more conversation. I mean, this is a conversation that me and you had off the air here, Matt. I mean, if you just replace him even with Coach O, I mean, the expectation and the hype and what people want for this team would be so drastically higher because, as you covered, I mean, they're not brothers, but the Anderson brothers. Hopefully that offensive line is still good. Nussmeier's probably going to be I'm going to say he's the best quarterback in the class. Who knows? We have a year of college football to figure that one out. Yeah. Again, all those additions that you had talked about. I mean, there's reason to get very, very excited about this LSU offense and this LSU team as a whole. Again, absolute treat that we get to see these guys kick off week 1. But it's a gosh darn shame they're playing up against arguably the best defense in the entire country with Clemson. And, I mean, we're really going to see what this LSU team has and whether or not they're really going to be a team that we can talk about as a true playoff contender and championship contender. Everybody'd be like, okay, this isn't the year. So they're going to be tested early, and we're really going to see what this LSU team has. And, again, as you said, if they can go out and beat Clemson week 1, it's going to be absolutely electric. So, but I have Clemson winning this one. Again, I think Clemson has the best defense in the entire country, and Cade Klubnik doesn't have to be great. He can be great, but he's not going to ask to be great. And I think Clemson's going to win. So,
I'm with Ben here. Yeah, I'm big on Clemson this year. That's all I really have. I mean, like he took the words out of my mouth. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I got you.
Fun team. I don't know. That's my girlfriend's team. I'm rooting for them.
And now, ironically enough, we're done with the Saturday games because we're going to swing around to the entire Labor Day weekend. Let's go to Sunday night. Notre Dame at Miami. I should have put at Miami here. Notre Dame favored by 2.5. The over/under 49.5. For Notre Dame, I mean, coming off finally making it back to the national championship in the third year of Marcus Freeman, a year where they lose to Northern Illinois, a year where it just feels like it's going to hell once again, like it always did with Kelly. They figure it out, they weather the storm, and they get back there. For Miami, it's a new face at quarterback, and they just keep doing it with these transfer quarterbacks. Now going to Carson Beck, who's a proven commodity, whatever he is. Like, I think there's still like I still think he's like the second best quarterback in the ACC. So it's but is he a top 10 quarterback? I think that is the argument, because this is a Miami team that the window keeps shrinking and keeps shrinking and keeps shrinking. They need to make the playoff, and they need to win some of these games. And for them, they also have Florida circled on the schedule. So another non-con game where they have to really get up for. But this one is fascinating. CJ Carr beat out Kenny Minchie for the job at quarterback. Jaden Greathouse is back there at receiver. They're retooling the defense. So I don't know much about this defense. Watts is gone. Riley Mills is gone. Jack Kaiser is gone. Ben Morrison was gone halfway through the season last year. So a lot of new guys that I can't really put my major opinion on. right now, I just know Christian Gray playing on the outside, who lost that double move to Jeremiah Smith. That's what everybody remembers him for. But he's a pretty good corner. We'll see how that figures out. I think there's just a lot of question mark with these two teams, and I just want to find out. I just want to find out with these two teams, frankly. So I'm really excited for this one, and then obviously Jeremiah Love, touchdown scorer, hit every week last year.
Yep.
Can I jump in for just a half a second here, just because I want to get takey for half a second? Miami wins this game. I like Miami, even though, because here's the thing. I know I wasn't on the show last week to say it. I do like Notre Dame this year. And, I don't know if I've said it on the podcast or not, but there's reason for me to root for Notre Dame. For those of you that, know, maybe, I don't know why you would, but, we thank Regional Radio Sports Network at the end of the show. Regional Radio Sports Network is a broadcast company that I used to work for, but no longer do, at least for not right now. And I broadcasted for Notre Dame starting linebacker Drake Bowen during his state championship run in Indiana for Andrean. So I have reason to root for him and Notre Dame. And so that's part of the reason why I like to root for them. But not only that, I'm a huge Jeremiah Love guy. I want him to go to the Bears next year. That would be a massive help. But right now, I don't know. I'm the vibes guy of the show, man. Miami. I don't know. Carson Beck. I don't know.
Yeah,
Carson Beck is like all-time bad vibes quarterback, though.
Yes, but that's what I'm saying. All-time bad
the good
vibes.
vibe.
I'm so far out on Miami. The only reason Miami was a good team last year is because they had a special talent at quarterback last year who could run around and make stuff off script. And that's why Miami was good. I don't like Carson Beck. I never thought Carson Beck was that kind of talent that Cam Ward is. And you add on top of that, there's not a whole lot of pass catchers to begin with on Miami. That excites me. That I can get excited about. That defense still doesn't excite me on Miami. But again, on the flip side of that, how much does Al Golden leaving impact this Notre Dame team? And all the defensive players leaving that Matt had talked about affect this Notre Dame team. I mean, they were good because, obviously, Love, but then because of that defense. And there's all of that turnover. So it's going to be really, really interesting. And I am excited to watch CJ Carr play. I mean, there's been a lot of love for CJ Carr coming out. I was excited to see what the kid got.
Take the under on this game. That's my bet.
I'm taking Miami. I'm riding with Ryan. I took them in the national championship, or in the playoff predictions. Didn't have them going to the national championship. I don't know why I said that, but I had them winning this game. I'm gonna keep going with it. Miami at home. Catholics versus convicts.
Notre Dame, baby.
Notre Dame always has that game. You know what I mean?
Miami's too good
I like
to be
your
that
underpick.
game.
I like your underpick because I could see it getting grimy and rusty like it did in A&M last year for and just turn the number 4 and saying, hey, like, carry us across the finish line. I think that was the moment that they were like, yep, this is the guy. And it happened in week 1, so that was pretty awesome. But let's move on to Friday night, because this is again, the whole weekend we got to bounce around. Auburn versus Baylor, and you're probably saying, like, what, Matt? Why is this a game? Well, Jackson Arnold is new to town to Auburn, and Baylor with Dave Aranda. Like, both of these guys, these coaches, Hugh Freeze and Dave Aranda, kind of saved their jobs for this season last season. Really, like, finishing the season strong, if you will, like, because beating A&M and then losing to Bama and being 5-7 apparently keeps your job in the SEC with Auburn. So, but overall, this is a swing game for the Big 12, because the Big 12 does not have many bites at the apple to get one on the SEC. And I think Baylor at home against Auburn is just the team to do it. They're bringing back Sawyer Robertson, who actually is good in the Big 12. Like, I think a lot of people overrate the, hey, I know who that quarterback is in the Big 12, so they're good. Sawyer Robertson's actually good. So that's fascinating. I think there was a lot of buyers in the portal if he were to hit it. He did not. He decided to stay, of course. And they have a lot of turnover at the offensive skill position. And then for Auburn, obviously, we've talked about Cam Coleman and how dynamic he is. Dropping in a little Eric Singleton here, only good things out of that guy. I think that guy is definitely going to be a top 100 NFL draft pick next season. Just from, and I get it, it's just vibes. Like I'm stealing Ryan's thunder here, but like just the vibes of his camp and what he's been doing, just ball in his hands, and that's something that Jackson Arnold has really never gotten to throw to because he's only had one season at Oklahoma where everything just went poorly. And then, oh, by the way, Auburn's offensive line is going to have like two guys who are going to be clammed at for the top 50 picks. Like, this is a really good offensive line. This is a really deep offensive line. And then I got to mention Keldrick Falk, but I'm rambling about these two teams. This is like this is not really a sicko game, but this is a game that it's like, this does define the season for both of these teams that I don't think people realize in the moment. But it's like these two teams could swing in an opposite direction depending on the outcome of this game, much like Miami and Florida last year. But Florida weathered the storm.
It made me so happy that when we were, previewing this, we were talking about the teams and everything, that we both had this game on here because we're both in the same page. I mean, these are two unranked teams that if everything falls in the right step, one team is bad, one fumble, one interception, one 2-point conversion, these two teams could possibly make it in the playoffs. And it starts right here in this game. And to be frank, if you guys want to see I'm going to say the best running back tandem. I could be wrong, but one of the best running back tandems in college football, watch Baylor. Bryson Washington and Dawson Pendergrass are a treat to watch. I mean, Dawson had like 650 yards this past year. Bryson had over 1,000 yards. Both guys are going to be NFL backs, I think. Both of them are a lot of fun to watch. If you want to watch a good running game, watch Baylor. But again, as I said, these are two playoff hopefuls if things go right. But both of them are unranked, and it's going to be really, really interesting because if you're going into the season unranked and you're hoping to make the playoffs, you got to make a statement week one. Because if not, I don't know how much of a chance you have, especially coming, out of the Big 12 or playing that grueling SEC schedule. So,
absolutely, I'm taking Auburn.
I'm taking Auburn too.
I've been pretty vocal about Auburn, but this is gonna be a hell of a game to watch. Then let's swing it over to Monday night, one of the most anticipated games of the weekend. Somehow. Even with both teams not ranked. The debut of Chapel Bill and what he is bringing to North Carolina. They are currently dogs to TCU. Sonny Dykes, Josh Hoover, the boys over at Texas Christian. I just want to watch it.
It's Bill.
Come
on. How could you not?
Man, I'm excited for what Gio Lopez is at the next level because he screams a quarterback that I don't think gets better at the next level, but I think they have some decent they're just young, man. Like Jordan Shipp, he's a part of that big recruiting class or that 24 recruiting class for receivers. He's yet to have that breakout season, but they're going to depend on him a lot. Chris Culver's there. I don't know much about the running back group. I really don't. There's just a lot of... They are one of... Let me see here. I know I have it in the notes from a few weeks ago, but let me see if I can find it. No, but it's I can't find it. But one of the 7 Power 5 teams to have 35-plus transfers, and UNC is one of them. So, and UCF is on that. Purdue is on that. Like these teams who are in major in like flux are on that. So it's like, and I think there's a lot of expectation. North Carolina is going to be really good. Like I think their win total's about at that 7.5 with juice to the 7.5. So a lot of people expect them to win 8 games after winning 6 last year. So I'm just fascinated by it. Obviously, we want to talk about, Bill Belichick. Again, this is another one of these Big 12. Like, Big 12 is the fourth of the top 4 conferences. They get bites at the apple here to win these games, and, they're favorites in these games. Like, again, it adds more relevancy and it adds more validity to the Big 12 conference in like maybe do we deserve 2 teams in the playoff if one of us is 9-2 or something like that. So this is another one of those games for the Big 12 that I think is a swing for them. So
yeah, I don't know how much real analysis has to go into this first game. Like, I think it's okay for people to sit back and be like, well, why are you excited for this game? Well, Bill Belichick is coaching his first college football game. And like, that's it. And I think it's okay at times to just leave it at that and be like, we are watching Bill Belichick coach his first college football playoff game. Let's see what he's going to do with the transfer quarterback and Gio Lopez. And leave it at that and see where it goes. And I think that's kind of where I'm at with this game. I don't really have...
If there's like, is there a blank stare on his face where it's like he just sails a ball, where it's like, good God, where am I? Like, where am I? Like, I've never seen a player ever sail that ball. Like, he's going to be working with kids who are not NFL level players anymore. So it's like, some of them are going to be, obviously, but for the most part, not really. And it's just insane to think that he is coaching college football and we're going to see him.
I could not agree more.
Like do you think he wears that like super old crew neck that he like revealed at the press conference for the first
I hope so. That'd be so much fun. But yeah, again, I mean, seeing his mannerism on the sidelines compared to how he was in the NFL, compared to how you're gonna have to act as like a college coach, like I'm wondering if we get that clip that had went viral of Saban at LSU like screaming at the kid, and then it's gonna make me so upset who the other coach there was, but just like screaming and yelling at the kid.
I'm LSU wondering, one?
Yes.
Is it Muschamp? It was Muschamp.
Yes, it was Muschamp. Of Muschamp and Saban just like going at this kid, screaming back and forth. Like, I'm wondering if we get something like that out of Bill Belichick.
Freddie Kitchens and Bill Belichick just
wouldn't that be so
a receiver.
But again, it'll just be interesting.
You're an 8-yard curl, not a 9-yard curl. Just
exactly.
Who are we picking?
No.
Wait until Monday. You know what? Wait until Monday. You're gonna get this at 2.5. I'm taking TCU. Duh.
Yeah.
You see my hat.
Yeah.
It'd be fun though.
All right.
I'm thinking TCU. I love Bill. I just don't know. I've always been. I don't know how well it's going to work out, and I'm still going to stand on that. Two more quick little tidbits, and we'll talk about it very quickly before we get out of here. 2 other games I think were worthwhile talking about. Bama versus FSU. Can Bama get on track from where they were at? You know, it's okay. Bama, we understand you lost Nick Saban. It's okay to take a step back. Now, can you get back to where you were? Can you be a true contender? What does Ty Simpson have? Can we expect him to be one of these next great Alabama quarterbacks? Or are we going to have to pivot into, our highly touted rookie or freshman quarterback? I think this is going to be very big for the tone of the rest of the season for Alabama. Can they make a statement? Are they going to come and struggle against what was a very bad FSU
Tommy
team
Castellanos ain't quiet about Alabama. So
I know.
I hope the boys in Tuscaloosa are seeing red for that little guy.
Exactly. And wouldn't it be so much? We've had we've talked about him plenty enough here before on this podcast. We'll say that. If you haven't found it, go and find it. But again, I think this is a chance to be a good get-right game for Alabama and set themselves on track to actually make the playoffs and not complain about scheduling and whatnot. But again, different conversation for a completely different day. And then the other one was Nebraska versus Cincy, kind of in that same vein. Can Nebraska set themselves up to really take that step that we've come accustomed to? Yes, come accustomed to with Matt Rule. I mean, this is a team that Matt had talked about last episode, saying, are they going to be able to make it? Or are they going to be able to sneak in, as a 12th seed, as the 11th seed, or whatnot? And again, I think it starts obviously with this game. It's going to be a fun environment. They're playing at Arrowhead, and again, we'll see. Does Raiola have what it takes? Can he take a step forward? Can the team as a whole grow in a culture? Are you going to struggle against a Cincinnati team? And again, it'll really set the tone in the same vein that FSU Alabama game is. But again, guys, we got a full slate of college football games over the next really like 4 or 5 days. So it's time to get excited. College football's back. Bryce Underwood's playing. Arch Manning's playing. Julian Sayin is playing. It's just time to get excited, guys. Get excited. Get pumped. I'll leave it at that.
All right, let me hit my card real quick. All right, then we'll get out of here.
Yes. Yep.
This is my card for the week. I try and let's cruise through some games. Ohio is good. They're at on the road against Rutgers. UCF 20.5. I like to take spreads early in the year because I just want to bet on teams more so than totals because I got to figure that out. App State Charlotte is just a fun I think it's the Mayo Bowl this year. So in Charlotte, so I just wanted to take the over. That's a fun game. GT is much more of a 5. They are so much better of a team than Colorado this year. 5 points feels like disrespect, even if it's on the road in Boulder. Toledo, I think sprinkle them to beat Kentucky. I think Toledo is going to be one of those teams that's fighting for the G5. Say they go 12-0 a few years ago when PJ Fleck did it at Western Michigan. I think Toledo's got that talent this year. Northwestern and Tulane going over at home in New Orleans. IU -24 against Old Dominion just because Cignetti beats those teams. He beats the hell out of those teams, and he tells you about it. Mizzou State, their first FBS game on the road against USC. This is a vibes play. 35.5. You're getting a good number, so just don't lose by more than 5 touchdowns, and you can lose by exactly 5 touchdowns, and you'd still win the bet. Utah, same process as GT. I'm much higher on this team. And then UCLA, even if Nico's going there, I still think UCLA is far enough away, and Utah is right there. And then lastly, TCU -3. I threw it on here just because I love it so much. Try and wait and see if some casual betting will, I think casual bettors will get that down to 2.5. I would take the 2.5, absolutely. So hold back on the TCU pick. And then lastly, you guys saw my hat. NC State against ECU is going to be awesome. So take NC, I think it's still 14. I don't love the play, but that's a game that I just wanted to talk about because there's real hate there, and it's pretty cool. And they fought before the Military Bowl, they fought in the middle of the Military Bowl, and then they fought after the Military Bowl. And ECU kicked ass. I was pretty embarrassed. So hopefully NC State brings that tomorrow on Thursday. So that's all for me. That's all for College Corner. Let's get out of here. Hopefully you enjoyed that video. We really appreciate you clicking on this video. Make sure to like and subscribe. That always helps us out. And remember, check out our links in the description. And Wednesdays, 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central Time, live over here, talking ball, interacting with the chat, having some fun. So you wouldn't want to miss that. But that's all for me. And until next time, roll that outro.